Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this super elegant little gift box. It's only an inch deep, but it is purely hand stamped and I just think it is gorgeous. I love it. Sometimes I just make things and think, yeah, that's okay, and then other times I make things and I think, oh, I really like that, and I think this will be one that I will be keeping to put a little gift in for someone at some point because I think that is lovely. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So first off, you need a sheet of Whisper White that is 8 inches by 8 inches, and that is 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres. You then need to stamp on it. I'm using Abstract Impressions again. I know, I can't help it. I love this stamp. I think it's just because there's so many different options with it. I have made a couple of cards with it, which you may have seen, because it's got matching thinlets, although I'm not using those today. But what I am going to do is stamp my flowers. So I've got my stamp set up here on my blocks, and I've got my ink. So I'm going with Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape and Blackberry Bliss. So with the Highland Heather, you're going to stamp this on first, and if you check out your blocks, they do have little arrows on the cellophane that they come in to tell you which way, can you see that? There. So you can see which way the stamps are meant to go, so that you get them lined up basically. So I know from this one that this little dip here, you can see, let me hold it with the ink pad, there we go. This little dip here I know is the top, so I'm not going to move it. I'm going to make sure that when I stamp, I know that that bit is at the top. So it's just random stamping. I don't want them too close together, just because I think that when they're further apart they do look, I don't know, more random, more elegant. And then just a few off the edges here. Actually, I think one down there. That will do. So give that a little wipe. In fact, let me just re-spritz. I did do it earlier, but I have been doing quite a bit of stamping and it is quite warm, so it's probably dried out. So we'll give that one a clean. Pop that ink pad over there for a moment. Then we go in with Gorgeous Grape. So I've started off with my light, and then I'm moving on to my, what I would class as my mid colour. Now, you may find that some of these inks look pretty ghastly when they're mixed together. This one doesn't look particularly nice until it's dried, and it seems to lighten slightly, and then it does look a lot better. And you don't need to be an exact science with the layering either, as you can see. And then last one is Blackberry Bliss. On my previous one, my pink one, I used Petal Pink, Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. So this one, as you can see, I'm using the purples. I did try, dogs are playing again. I did try to use a blue. I used Coastal, Cabana, Mint Macaron and Bermuda Bay, and it wasn't the nicest of coordinations, I can tell you that. In fact, I have the sample in the bin. I will show you in just one moment. It just didn't quite work for me. It wasn't pretty enough. So once I've done all of my flowers, I then need to do my leaves. So I'm just using Pear Pizzazz, and I have my 2 leaf images. Hard to see with these photopolymer, there we go. So I've got the outline that I will stamp, and then the inside filler bit which I stamp off before I stamp on. So again, just random stamping for this. Just a couple more. Yes, that will do. I'm not too worried about the corners because I know that they're going to be cut off. So, and then, as I said, just stamp off to fill in the gaps. And these don't line up perfectly, so you just kind of have to go with one or the other. And just fill those leaves in. It's always a chance here that you're going to miss one, so you kind of have to go and check once you've finished. Have I done them all? Yes, I have. Wonderful. So, put this away before I cover myself in it. So that is my top. I'm going to pop it over here just to finish drying for one moment and bring in my scoreboard. So I've got my base, and this is Gorgeous Grape, and this is 8 by 8 inches, which again, as I said, is 20 by 20 centimetres. But I have taken an 1/8 off, a 1/16 of an inch off both sides when I cut it. So it's just, as you can see, it's just slightly less. And I'm simply going to score with my shim of white cardstock. Nearly forgot then. So I'm still going to use my shim, and I'm just going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Ooh, crumbs. Don't worry, that will be on the bottom, you won't see it. So 1 inch on all 4 sides, which is 2.5 centimetres, sorry, nearly forgot. And then my lid I'm going to score at 3/8 of an inch. That doesn't look quite right, but we'll go with it. And 1 inch, so that's 1 centimetre and 2.5. And you do the same on all 4 sides. So 3/8 of an inch and 1 inch. And oops, nearly. 3/8 and 1, and the last side 3/8 and 1, and that's my lid done. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so I'll just do my base first, and it is very simple. Just fold and burnish all of those score lines. And then simply cut the 4 corners into tabs to make up into your box. So as I said, just a simple cut of those tabs, and then this side. And you see that little crease there? It won't be seen because it will be on the bottom. And anyway, this is actually my second time of doing this video. I do have a finished box that I will show you when I finish this one, because I don't want to spoil it. And I was virtually finishing my box off when my son was kindly playing his game online with his friends and started shouting, and they weren't the words that I would like people to hear my son shouting. And so I've had to remake the video. So he is in my bad books, and I am not happy of having to make another box and do another video. So yeah, so he's in big trouble at the minute. So, second time of making my box, there's my base. So, there's my base, pop that to one side. And so bringing in my lid, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing of just scoring and burnishing all these fold lines. It's gone a little bit overcast. It's not given rain, so hoping not. I've got some washing outside. But yes, this crazy weather, it's not doing my hay fever any good. I'm sure there's lots of other people out there suffering too. So, to cut the corners of your box, you simply cut up these 2 sections here. You cut this one away and then cut a wedge. So instead of doing 2 cuts, do 1. Then we cut away this little section here, and we cut away a wedge on there, and then wedge either side of this. So you have that kind of shape left. So we'll do the same this side, which is just doing the opposites. So cut down 2, let's cut that away with a wedge, cut away that small piece, and then wedge, 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 and then rotate you round, and we'll do the other side. So cutting those tabs, cut away, wedge, wedge, wedge. And then the final one, so cut down the 2 sides there, cut away with a wedge, cut away, wedge, wedge, wedge. And that's that part of the box done. Let's get rid of all my rubbish. Okay, so now we want to add some adhesive, and just be very careful when you're doing this because it is easy if you've got ink on your fingers to get it on the box. I did get it on the other one. So far so good on this one. So we're just simply going to add adhesive to our tabs here. So pattern side up, add adhesive to tabs, turn it over, and we're just going to add it to the thin bits on the ends. All four. And the last one. And you could use tear and tape for this, or wet glue. But both do equally as good. And then obviously we're just going to make up our boxes. So just going to tuck that in there. And that one in there. Because you've got so much adhesive everywhere, I mean tear and tape would be handy here because you wouldn't have these bits sticking to you. Simply fold these under here, and then we're just going to tuck these bits in, and you'll notice I'm not doing them very well because I'm going to come in with my bone folder and I'm just going to reinforce that. So I'm reinforcing the adhesive and I'm creasing that fold again. So just do that on all four, and then last one, there we go. So that's my box lid. So moment of truth time, will it fit? And yes, oops, nearly, yes it will, perfect. So there's my beautiful lid. So I now want to make my label. So I've got some Whisper White here that is actually a strip of the cardstock left over after I cut my lid. So I've literally, I think it was this length, and I've just cut 2 inches width off it. I can't remember which way round it was now. I've then got my scalloped tag topper, which I'm just going to pop in and give a little punch to there. And then I've also got my detailed trio punch to round these 2 corners. Now if you've got your envelope punch board, it will do exactly the same thing. So there's my little label. I've got my beautiful stamp here that says kindness changes everything. I have a real love of this sentiment at the moment because I just think there's so much going on everywhere that we just need to be kind. And it does change things if you're kind to someone. It changes things instantly. I'm going to leave that open actually. So yeah, so I have a real thing for this sentiment at the moment. So stamp that in Gorgeous Grape. I've then got my Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape and these 2 flowers again, pardon me, out of the stamp, just down here. And the fuller image I'm stamping with my Highland Heather, and I know it's that one because of my little inks blocked there. So I'm just going to go in that corner there and then down here. Give that a clean, put that away, and then Gorgeous Grape. And I'm sure these 2 line up, but I didn't check them, I just popped them on. I don't see any markings on the cellophane. And then just in with my Pear Pizzazz for my leaf, and I'm just using the one that I stamped off previously. I'm not using the line. I am still stamping off and just adding some leaves. I just think it breaks up the purple. Purple's lovely. I have a friend who loves purple, but I do think it perhaps just needs a little something to break it up there. And then last but not least, I've got my lovely artisan, show what you love, artisan pearls that I just want to pop some on. And I'm actually going to go with pink, which I actually think this is meant to be Grapefruit Grove, but for some reason it seems to change colour. Oh no, I'm fibbing. There is Grapefruit Grove. I've got 2 started here. There is Grapefruit Grove. It's just different way round on this pack. So yes, it is a pink one. Ignore me. Ignore me, as you were. So that's that bit. So all I need now is my ribbon. Here it is. And I'm using the lovely mini striped ribbon. And this is gorgeous. No. Yes, gorgeous grape. So get yourself a decent length of it and then pop it over one corner. In fact, I'm going to go over this corner here. And then, sorry, it's over the top. So over the top of the corner, and then you hook it under that one so that it comes across that way. So with this one, so it's across there, you loop it under the next corner and then it will come round for the next. So I'm just going to trim that, pop that out of the way, and then I will tie a lovely little first part of my bow there. I'm going to spin it round because you guys should know by now I do my bows upside down, but I'm actually going to pop this on first. So it's just going through there, tied up, and then I'm going to do my bow, which hopefully will work out well. Okay, I wouldn't say well, I would say okay. I'm not 100% with that one, but we'll go with it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Stop, stop, stop. Now, there we go. That'll do. Don't fiddle anymore. Leave it. And there is my beautiful purple one. And then I have my pink one that I did before. And then I will grab my other one that I did beforehand to prove to you that I did make two. I used slightly different coloured artisan pearls on this one. So this one is the pinky ones and these are more purpley ones. And I actually like both of them. I think they're both quite nice. So yes, those are my lovely boxes. I don't know which one I do like the most now. I actually like them both. Hope you've enjoyed it and I hope it inspires you to make some more. Don't forget that all of the products that I've used are available to be purchased from the store, and the link for that is just below in the description. All the measurements and everything that you will require are on my blog, and the link for that is below too. And don't forget, if you are ordering any of these products, to use my hostess code that is on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and it is on my blog too. It's at the very bottom of the page and it's also in its own little header at the top. So don't forget to use that. Hope you all have a great day and hope to see you again soon. Bye!